where we left off last time, well, I guess it's a brief summary, is that each of you, after after being past heroes several years ago of Waterdeep during the reign of the uprising of the giants around Storm King's Thunder, you guys were great heroes of the city, fighting off a frost giant attack and saving many thousands of lives in the process. That gave you a reputation, and that reputation was eventually came back several years later. Now, um, 2 months ago, Helm's Hold disappeared. That is all that is known. No one can get there. No one knows what's there, but what is not there is Helm's Hold. A stream of refugees have been flooding out of the city for several weeks now, giving very different variations of some sort of story of a fall, of this great violent uprising, of some sort of otherworldly powers attacking the city. But beyond that, you have some stories of invasions from the forces of hell, others of these body snatchers, all these different sorts of things that don't mesh together. But there's a similar theme of violence, violent takeover, and slaughter. Many refugees have flooded here to Waterdeep. Along with that, much of what people have been saying happened in Helm's Hold is starting to occur in Waterdeep. Violent uprisings, great up in crime, cult activity, and things have gotten very tenuous. The city is a powder keg ready to blow. The city guard are overworked, overexerted, and are barely capable of holding things together, even with the backing and funding of Zentarum mercenaries and agents, the leader of whom is Kenneth Kennedy. So therefore, Seamus, the Gilded, warlord of the Gilded Legion, decided as a beneficiary of the Zentarum to step in and lend his aid in military muscle as well. They're a bit more riot police and brutal crackdowns than keeping the peace, but whatever works, I suppose. He's extended an invitation to each of you, with you knowing your reputation, to be hired with great reward to help keep the peace in the city. Where we left off is you guys each travel to the city, most of you intent on accepting this, or at least hearing Seamus out. Meshach, our tiefling friend, decided he had better things to do, which he very well may have, as he had a large concert to perform. You guys went there, attended a truly killer show, and met Meshach after many years apart, backstage. As you talked, a mysterious, hulking, dragonborn figure basically came up and told you, Seamus is not to be trusted. Come talk to Kenneth Kennedy. You guys decided first to hear Seamus out, and we will leave off there. The concert attendees starting to mingle away into the dark of the city. That sort of vibrant atmosphere that was there for just a few precious minutes, already starting to dissipate into the paranoia of Waterdeep at night in these times. We will leave you guys to it.
So we're still backstage?
Yeah, you guys are just about. The Dragonborn has just stepped back into the shadows like a cartoon character. People are starting to dissipate into the streets, usually huddling off in groups, or if they are alone, walking with a very brisk pace in their step.
Do we want to retcon that the entire party went over instead of just Owen and Tom's character? That's totally okay to do that.
We'll say
because like Tom.
We'll say the rest of the party is still here.
Okay. Because like I know myself and Lou did not join. So we're back at the bar.
We'll say you're.
Wait, what?
We'll say you're here.
Okay.
We all went to the concert.
Yeah.
Did we all?
I think everyone went there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone went to the concert. That's
Okay.
what I thought.
Perfect. Okay. Great. Well, after that, after talking about that, Clayton will say, well, now we should probably get back to the bar and see him out. At least half of the conversation.
Can you not, as in the background, the crowd starts chanting encore, encore, encore. Mishak is gonna go, one moment. You have to give the people what they want. And you see him pull out his electric guitar again, and head back to the stage for his last song, of which
He has on cue.
he plays "Living on a Prayer" just to, I don't know, poke at Lewis just a little bit.
An accurate depiction of the state of Waterdeep right now.
Hey, we both kind of are in a way.
So he finishes "Living on a Prayer." The crowd goes home, and he comes off stage and says, "All right, and now we can talk."
Well, let's go.
Did you guys get a member to replace me already? Who's the buff dragonborn?
He's gone. He left.
He was.
Oh, that's okay. I'm still asking about him.
Oh,
He-
okay.
I guess he
Mishak.
wasn't really living on the prayer. He's gone.
You guys have no idea who this Dragonborn is. He showed up, told you stuff, and ran away.
Yeah, we really don't know who that guy is, Mishak.
Well,
Also,
what?
you played very well tonight. A little over the top with the whole me business, but
The people love it. Come on. Even you can't deny that is somewhat of a good stage name. It's better than like Taylor Swift or like Bon Jovi. Like, those are just weird names. Me. Simple, short, memorable.
it's slightly self-absorbed.
Well, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's hard to succeed in showbiz without having some self-confidence.
Self-confidence.
I see
Is
you
that
have
what
not
you call it?
changed. Self-confidence. I
You think I don't have confidence?
think you could use a little bit more. And he taps you on the shoulder, like on the side of your shoulder. He says, "So have you guys come to be my new security guards?"
Remember.
You're gonna
remember
see Louis gonna say, he's gonna use thaumaturgy. Be like, "You think I lack confidence?" He literally
Mishak
blows a little.
Mishak is also going to use thaumaturgy, but it's going to mimic your voice. You think you have confidence?
Ugh,
No, dear
I'm gonna
brother.
start Eldritch blasting.
No, dear brother. I know you have confidence. Just you forget when to use it sometimes. Clayton, how are you, sir? You're looking solid.
Thanks. I'm worried. We have
About erosion?
erosion. Helm's Hold has collapsed. No gone. It disappeared.
So I've heard. The
That's my-
rumors I hear everything from a dragon attacked it and it crumbled to the ground, all the way to an entire archlich just blapped it out of existence.
Whatever happened, it's personal. That's my hometown. I want to find it.
You're from Helmshold?
I am. My
I take it
happily.
that's where you have been hanging out.
I guess you haven't been seeing what the rest of us have been doing. I've been helping the crowd, helping the poor, the people that don't go to concerts like this. I've been in Waterdeep, and as well as the neighboring small towns. People are shaken from the giant attack.
Mhm.
So, I think with Helm's Home missing, it is a final nail in the coffin, and things are going to get a little bit more chaotic. I believe we should at least help figure out where Helm's Hold is at the very beginning.
The giants were 4 years ago. The Battle of the Well of the Dragon was almost 6 years ago now. And you're worried about Helm's Hold. Can't the Kane's men just go off and do it?
They don't believe in Helm's Hold. I do. I have worked with you, have worked with your brother, I've worked with wonderful people. I want to work with I want to work
You
shoot,
worked
what's
with me when I was a wonderful person.
you aren't one now? I think you are. Just as where you are.
He steps back and I don't know, lights a fire in his hand using thaumaturgy and illuminates his horns. He goes, "You've forgotten where these came from," and he bops out. Like I said, when I was a good person.
You are the same man now as you were then. What's changed outside of circumstance?
The
You
truth can
haven't.
change people, brother. You
That's
know that.
true. But it doesn't change who you are at the core.
Perhaps not. We did have some fun in our days. I remember
Why
we
not?
burned down Grad Hog after the Operation Desert Storm came in and defeated the giants for us. It smelled like shite.
Hmm.
What you guys really here for? Are you seriously gonna follow that hulking buffoon that no one knows?
Well,
No.
it sounds like Lord
Did,
Seamus knows information.
quick question. Did the Dragonborn guy give any evidence actually that he was actually from Kenneth Kennedy, or did he just say that?
No, he did not. I suppose you
Dragonborn,
could roll a retroactive insight check if you wanted.
the Dragonborn dude is from Kennedy sent him.
Yes, he came and said like, "Don't trust Seamus. Come talk to Kenneth Kennedy."
Got it.
Basically.
And none of us recognize this dude, though. So
Oh,
Well, if
I
you got
didn't. Did I?
you two, yes, Dan and
yes.
yes, Dan. You roll a history check.
My dice are away. History check.
This is an important person. Clayton doesn't know important people.
Yeah, that's a 13 for history.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't particularly high. If you've given your pass, you would know his name to be Boros the Blunt.
Royce the Blunt.
He's
He was a new recruit when I was still swinging with Kenneth.
he's old, very old.
He was an old recruit when I was still
And is
swinging with Kenneth.
he's sort of been Kenneth's. You don't know exactly his position, but you've known he's been associated with Kenneth for at least as long as you've known.
Okay.
That's all you know about him, but you know that.
All I know is that I'm only here as well, I'm only entertaining this because, well, I think the bishop's fond of a couple. The bishop gave me leave to go.
To go and sort out Kenneth Kennedy and what
No,
he wants
no.
with.
I showed him the letter from Seamus. I know nothing of Kenneth's business in this. Um, and he thought it would be a good idea to potentially see what's going on and see if the church can help in any way.
And you plan on going to Seamus?
Well, seeing as he's the only one that's legitimately asked me anything, I'm going to hear him out.
You're going to trust a mercenary, leader of mercenaries, over
Did I say trust?
a nice politician.
We don't even know if that guy is actually from Kenneth.
That's fair.
It sounds like he is organized by the Zentarum, who's also a band of mercenaries themselves. So they're both mercenaries.
I mean, I do somewhat recognize the man, at least in one meeting that Kenneth a couple years ago. I trust that Kenneth is requesting our presence. I just don't know.
What don't you know?
If
What
it
I
helps,
don't know is I have a show next week. Can't simply just cancel my tour.
You can't simply choose to help people in need. No, you couldn't do that.
I am. People love entertainment and they need it. They are in need of a good time.
Just like they need a meal.
and need to be alive.
You know, they always say that music is food for the soul.
Sorry. You need to be alive. I was not ready for that.
Well, if it's
Sorry, that's
anything,
not a character, but
I know. If it means anything to you, we're meeting at Sentinel's Rest. Maybe you can find a sweet gig there while
Who's
you're
me?
in there. Well, the crew and the giant slayers is what he said, I guess. And Lord Seamus.
We're bringing the whole gang back together.
apparently.
We worked well together before.
Italian or not? No.
His magnet's going to be
Did you not see him eating peanuts in the crowd?
I saw him in the crowd, but I didn't know if he was one
Sitting
of
right next
us.
to you. Naturally. Naturally. You always thought that way, didn't you?
Well, I didn't want to say it, but he's
Oh,
kind of the elephant in the room.
and you
He's
just
said
can't
it.
be welcoming,
the thing.
can you?
I can be welcoming. But when he sits on my
Only the
guitar,
people
I
that
can
you
be
want
very
to be.
unwelcoming.
I thought you liked
Still salty
attention.
about that one, eh?
Yes. Mom always liked him because, oh, he's a helpless, tiny little baby elephant, so cute. Of course he's going to get adopted. She never called me cute.
Oh no, she just provided and nurtured you every day of your youth.
She just told me to move the hot pans on the stove because I can take the heat.
Really? Is that all?
She called it quality bonding time.
Mm.
I think I'll take some chance. What time are you guys meeting up at the tavern?
Well, we actually met there and then coming here to pick you up. So, pack up your
So
things and we'll be going
we're
soon.
off fashionably late. Perfect.
Just as you like it. And Clayton will leave, and as you leave, you will hear him hum Living on a Prayer as he leaves. Kind of like grooving, just like his footsteps are to the beat kind of thing. Not admitting anything.
If he can I hear you humming it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Uh, as we're walking to the tavern, um, I'm walking next to you, Clayton. And I say, so the song that you're humming
What?
came Sam. Don't worry. It's catchy. I know. Some people think it's a mediocre song for it now, but I really think it has a chance of being one of the best songs ever known. It's gonna be in a new genre that I think you will find really, really awesome, called rock.
I might have some competition. I've heard there's a new group called the Beatles. They're
Why
coming
would it?
all the
Why would
way
it?
from this strange land of England.
Why? Why would anyone want to listen to a name after a tiny little squishable insect? They will never be popular.
What you
We'll have
need
to
to do,
let it be, I guess.
if you're
You'll
wanting
get negative inspiration.
disadvantage on your next roll. If you're running, if you're wanting some rock, you have to make sure that it rolls into the next song.
Whoa!
More
Rock
negative inspiration.
and roll. I like this. Let's put a pin in that one.
Okay.
Would you like to
Are
be
you
my
guys-
new marketing major?
The stick with bodyguard for now.
Are you guys walking back as
Yeah.
you speak?
Yes,
Yeah.
as we're talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you guys sort of nonchalant, just like chatting through the streets, or are you like,
Yeah.
okay, what's y'all's passive perception?
Ooh. 14.
11.
Passive.
Passive. You guys aren't really looking around.
10.
10. What's yours, Clint?
14.
Clint, as you guys are chatting, looking, it's a dark alleyway. There's not a lot of torches lit. A lot of them are been blown out. The city's darker than it should be had it been, if things were running as they should. You guys don't see a lot of people. You see a few patrols, like large. There's city, not even the city guards are traveling alone. You'll see like patrols like 6 or 10 at a time. You see 1 or 2 of them pass by. It's a big city, so you're walking for quite a bit. Eventually, you come to a part you guys don't really notice it because you're engrossed in your conversation about inventing music genres. You realize, Clint, you're the first one who realizes it's dark. There's not been a lit torch for probably 100 feet. And you can see a figure laying horizontal in the street ahead of you, maybe 40 feet in the gloom.
Once I see, I run over, and go, I look
Cast
around, and, I cast guidance on myself and look. Do I see anyone?
Roll me a perception check.
Absolutely.
I am
Roll
going
me
to
an
cast light as
investigation check.
well.
Investigation?
It's pretty easy to see what's there. It's harder to tell exactly what's happening because of it.
Okay, investigation it is. That would be a 11.
Okay, this isn't that hard to figure out. As you come up to that first figure, you see the body of a gilded legionnaire, one of Seamus's men, in dark armor, vicious lacerations in weak points in his armor, his armpit, in his neck, blood spreading across the cobblestones.
Is he dead?
He's very dead.
And this
There's
is
a
why we
lot
should
of
go
blood.
with Kenneth Kennedy.
Not
Up ahead,
yet.
you can see clear signs of some sort of scuffle. Beyond him, you see a mixture of bodies, almost a dozen. And sort of as you travel, you follow this, it looks like some sort of running fight was going on. You find that there's another 2 or 3 dead legionnaires, but there's like 9 or 10 dead, what appear to be people dressed in ragged clothes with wicked with wicked, jagged weapons. A lot of times adorning themselves in bone and with ritualistic tattoos on their bodies. Um, and you can see there's bloody footprints going on further down the street, and you can hear faint sounds of commotion. Among you also find like 3 or 4 dead, just appearing to be regular civilians, just merchants, workers, that sort of stuff.
Do you two mind looking into that commotion? I need to look into these bodies a little bit more.
Go towards the group of evil dead things. Perhaps not.
Okay. I will do it, I guess.
I'll go with you. Don't
Okay.
Oh, fine,
have
peer
the
pressure.
self-confidence to do it.
I am going to
Make the be back together, Nishak.
At least watch our backs. You don't have to join us.
I will watch your backs, and as I pat your guys' backs, a fey glow forms around you guys as I cast bless on you.
Ooh. Oh no,
When you guys-
Oh no. You have bless too? Oh
It's gonna
no.
be a problem.
Guys.
Do any of you guys have dark vision?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I do. I also cast light.
Okay. Well, light makes it.
I have dark vision.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure
everyone has dark
Asimovs do
vision in
it,
D&D
too.
anymore. What the heck?
I do not.
Everyone
I
does.
do have dark vision. Never mind.
True.
But as you cast light, we'll say for that because it's more dramatic. You can see scrawled on the wall in blood, and on the building wall to your right, in large font, like with a hand, it just says "Blood for the Blood God." Sprawled across the wall.
Who is the blood god?
You can roll me a religion check.
May I do that? Okay. I'm going to guidance myself as well with this.
It seems super pagan. Pretty demonic too.
That is a, oh gosh, 18, 12. Okay, that is a 28 for religion.
Okay. There's really no way you could know very much about this, but you would, I guess, not just knowing that you don't know very much about it with a roll that high would tell you something. That you've not really heard any. This is, as far as you don't know of any existing Faerunian deity commonly referred to as the Blood God.
Okay.
So this is something that you could probably infer with a roll that high, something new.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use prestidigitation to clean that. And I look over to Lewis, and it's blasphemous. So I clean that message off the wall.
Great. All right.
I'm
so
doing that while he's investigating the people.
Is done pretty much.
What do you mean?
Like there's no living people there anymore.
As best with Clinton's investigation check, as best he can tell, they're all dead.
Okay. Clayton will go and you said that there was commotion forward, right?
As you keep getting closer forward, you hear what turns from just yelling to clear sounds of violence.
Okay.
Angry voices. Something is pounding on something.
Okay.
Down an alleyway?
You guys are on a main, like maybe 15-foot road with buildings on either side of you. It's pretty, think dense European sort of medieval city. Yep. With some side alleys shooting out. As best you can tell, it's up the road.
Okay.
Bloody footprints leading away. The blood gradually drying up. So you can tell they ran this way, but you don't know what happened after that.
As we get closer, I'm going to touch myself and the brothers, and we all get embalming bond, which means as long as you're within 30 feet of another bonded person, you get a D4, just like bless.
Sick.
Yeah.
stonks
Stay
on
blessed.
D4.
We
Speaking of D4s, I'm gonna. Well, so this sounds like there's still violence up ahead here.
Mhm.
Um. Well, you guys are casters. That's not even helpful.
I'm a frontline. I can help. I can do something, but not
Okay.
necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, weapon melee, but
Uh, that's okay. I just won't do that because that seems kind of useless right now.
okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't have as many buff spells as you guys.
I'm also going
Actually,
to cast Blade Warden on myself. I have resistance on bludgeoning, piercing, slashing attacks. I'll do that when it lasts for a round, but I'm gonna prepare myself for it essentially, and I'm gonna charge in and um yeah, just go full blunt forward.
Hello? Gosh, what the heck?
Can you hear us? Oh, bye.
Now we can do whatever we want.
Yeah. Oh, also, you have bless. I have
cast
bless.
Wish.
I have bless
You
too.
blessed?
So,
Thomas, do you have blessed?
no.
so we can
Dude,
have
Warlock casting
people.
Bless is so bad.
So we can have people rolling 3d4 for every attack, saving throw, and
But
ability
but
check.
I do have a spell that I can cast once a day that will give some extra damage on hits,
Oh,
but it's only
Like
only weapon attacks.
yeah. I don't do
So
weapon
it doesn't help
attacks.
you as much, Mr. Daniel Sassala. But
Yep.
dude, we're just gonna do it
Stay blessed.
stonks and D4s
Sorry,
right now.
So many
I
D4s.
my Wi-Fi just like crapped the bed for a second there. What I last heard that Clayton was charging in.
Yo, I was
I
charging
cast
in.
Wish.
Okay.
As I charge in, I am going to essentially get ready to cast Blade Warden, giving myself resistance on physical attacks for 1 round. And I'm going to charge in and just tackle the first person that is attacking things that, like, yeah, I'm just going to go full
Jeez.
burn. Probably someone that is not Lord Samus's guard.
Okay.
That seems like
Let's.
a
All
bad
right.
idea.
So
Oh boy. Ooh, this is cool.
Whoa.
you guys are along this street here. This is the main street. There's like more on this side, but it doesn't matter. You can hear the commotion coming from somewhere in this area.
Okay.
Each of these upside down things are like, think of like market stalls that you could like step inside. Sort of tables go all around and stuff. The canopies covering them, that sort of stuff. They count as cover and like difficult terrain, that sort of stuff. You got some sort of warehouse-looking building here. You can't see inside of it; it's shut. And you got more. It's sort of like a side alley here, like a little market area here. You can hear commotion and yelling, and pounds like they're pounding on something in the corner over there.
Okay.
How do you approach this situation?
Uh, do I know this area? No, I don't know this area right now. Well, quite well because it's not the poor area, so I don't know anything about it. So I'm just gonna charge to the front door and
You're gonna charge to here or where?
No,
um
towards the commotion is
yeah,
where we're going.
what
Okay, no, just charging straight in. All right. As you round this corner here,
yeah.
you see this is Darth Vader. He will be our big bad
Nice.
in this fight. He's a hulking. These are all cultists similar to the one you've seen, adorned in bones, jagged weapons. Some of them are more formidable than others. You see another one armed with like a long-bladed saber, like a giant scimitar, and then a horde of just regular-looking cultists with knives and like hatchets and the sort. They are pounding on a door back here to what appears to be some sort of tavern or inn.
Okay.
I guess are the rest of you following Clayton here?
Yeah.
I'm like,
You, Shaq?
I want to like kind of hide behind that back like little
Oh.
booth thingy. Like
Over
I
here?
kind of want to no
No.
oh,
Here.
right where the other two are. Yeah, I want to be like kind of ducked down, almost like kind of like
Okay.
roguelike. Of like I'm just trying to see what they are doing.
Yeah, so yeah, these market stalls are set up on there, 10 feet, so that there's like you could actually go inside it if you wanted. Uh, it's like think of like a circle, it's a square of tables, with stalls all around. Yeah. Do you guys draw attention to yourselves, or are you trying to?
Nope. I'm stealthy stealth.
I'm
And
not making a move to draw attention to myself.
As you round this corner, what do? Their attention is opposite of you.
So, who are the green dice again? Are they all
They're just
cultists?
regular mooks. They're just generic cultists. Then the two black figures are a bit more formidable looking guys. Maybe some actual like equipment, some gear that might actually
Do
that
we
aren't
see
just.
any of any Seamus guard?
You do not, but they are pounding on the door.
the bad guys,
Oh,
non-Seamus guards.
Yes, they are
Okay.
trying to get inside this door right here.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
gonna use,
There's another building
I-
here. There's actually a door here, but I ran out of doors.
Okay.
I want to cast thaumaturgy and make it sound like a bunch of guards are coming towards the marketplace.
From which direction?
They're left. They're left.
Over here.
Like not so that's yeah, over there so that they don't turn around and see us.
Okay. As you do that, they look. This one will see, and he'll come out with another cultist. There doesn't seem to be a lot of fear, but they run off in that direction. With weapons drawn. They almost seem excited. From a
Okay.
brief overview, there's no hesitation. We'll say that.
Interesting.
I
They want a death wish.
okay. I am going to if no one else is gonna stop me, I'm gonna charge forward.
Okay. Roll me an initiative check as you do that.
Yeah.
Because you and your heavy armor charging forward will be sure to grab some attention.
Okay. Now I need to check to see if is it any ability? No, it's not. Is initiative an ability check? I don't even know.
I don't think
yeah.
so.
It isn't it technically?
I'm just gonna roll straight. It's fine. We can talk with someone that. It's fine because like I have bless and bond going. That's fine.
Oh,
I have a 3 on initiative.
Okay.
Do we all roll initiative at this point?
Yes, please.
I rolled a natural 20.
Let's
So
go.
Okay.
I was excited.
So you're going first.
I got a 13.
Lewis, then our champions will go. Because they. So I assume you have plus to that, Lewis.
Yeah,
Hmm?
23
Okay.
total.
The big guy's got 21.
I
The
actually have a
cultist-
2.
All right, the cultist got 10. So then we'll have Meshach. Then cultists. Then Clayton. Okay, Clayton, since you're charging in, we'll give you the first round of movement here.
Okay. I'm just gonna charge. I'm gonna charge down that left hand side and say, um, hey, what are you doing? Um, and make myself known. Hopefully to distract them from the people behind me.
Great.
And can I do an action here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. With my action, I'm going to get a set of chain out, and this chain glows this radiant light blue, and I'm going to
Yeah.
slash it out. And you've seen this once before, and it's going to whip around the guy that looks like the leader. And I'm going to chain him up using the rope of entanglement. I need a dexterity saving throw from the main guy.
Okay, since you're throwing through the market stall, he will have half cover, which I believe is a +3 to his saving throw.
That's fine.
Let's see.
Well, I get yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It will not matter. He will get a 7.
Okay. He is entangled now.
So that counts as restrained, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He needs
We're just
to.
gonna
Yes. Oh, I am. Yes. Yep. And then he needs to succeed on his turn. He can take an action to do a 15 strength or 15 athletics or acrobatics check to get rid of the rope.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, he's chained up.
Great. That. All right, Lewis. It'll be your turn.
Okay. I am going to. Well, that changes things a little. I'm gonna kind of move to the um right side of the second stall, if that makes sense. Yeah,
Yep.
peering over, like, yeah, over there, and I'm gonna kind of do like uh, uh, I'm gonna cast a spell. Um, I'm gonna cast. What should I do?
Just keep in mind that
Um,
I'm not gonna kill anyone here.
yeah, I know it's fine. I'm gonna cast.
Great.
Hey Tom, we're in initiative.
Beautiful.
You can.
Roll, buddy.
I'm sure you can join us.
That's up to the DM. Is that okay?
Yes. In the confusion after the concert, some of you guys got separated. Jacob is just finding himself to the fight a little bit later after catching up to the group.
Okay.
Hobo.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy also. Um, I'm gonna try to make it sound like there's uh reinforcements coming in on the inside of the door too.
Oh, it's cool.
So we're just gonna have like
Like
double.
there's a lot of armed men inside the door.
Yeah, like
Cool.
preparing
Okay.
to open it and attack them, kind of vibe.
Great. All right. Excellent. You will see how that works. Jacob, are you there?
8.
Okay. You'll go after the cultist, but before Clayton.
Would that bless carry over there, Dan, or do you
It's
only
probably
have
been
3
at least
people?
a minute. It's probably been at least a
Right.
minute since you guys cast that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My bond lasts for 10 minutes, so
My
Which color would you
I'm
like,
gonna
Jacob?
drop it anyways.
okay.
Tom, choose a color. You gonna be orange, black, or blue?
Son of a biscuit. I can't see anything.
Tom is super
I
black.
would love to be blue.
Okay. Remember that. That's your color for now. This is my temporary. This is my system now. You're
Uh-huh.
coming in over here. Coming up the main road.
Mhm.
We'll get to you in a second. Okay, it's the champion's turn. He's gonna run off. He's fooled for a turn by looking for reinforcements. He will make the athletics check to try and break out of being restrained. He is going to. What's the DC?
15. 15.
He's going to pass that by 1 with a 16.
Yep.
So he will break through the rope and stand back up.
All right.
And let's see, does he have any bonus actions? I don't think he does.
Darth Vader.
I am going
That
to use my
will be it.
reaction to recall it, by the way.
Okay, sounds good. That will be their turn. Mishak, it is your turn.
All right. Let's get fancy. Let's show the things that we can do. I want to cast hypnotic pattern
Who?
over in that tiny little corner over there. So I need
Okay.
all 4 of those people to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
What's the range on that?
It's 120 feet.
Okay, all right, yeah, you're chilling. Okay,
Yeah.
Back
for the
off.
regular
Back off.
cultists, they are going to roll a dirty 20. And for the champion, he is going
Watch
to
it.
roll.
Watch him waste a spell slot.
He's going to roll a. His saving throws are rough. He's going to roll another 7.
Yay! He is charmed, and he has the incapacitated condition.
Okay, great. And does he make another save on that in his next turn? I assume.
Yeah. The spell ends Spell ends if the effective takes any damage, or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
The
It just
spell does
is
not say
until
so.
it gets taken out of it.
Yay.
So he's going to be
Pretty
standing
spell.
like a stupor, just sort of waving in place. We'll
Yep.
move to the regular. That's your turn. You done?
I am going to use my bonus action to give bardic inspiration to Clayton, and I'm just gonna start singing halfway there while living on a prayer to encourage him. And you get 1d8 of bardic inspiration back.
Nice, very nice.
Great. All right. It's the cultist's turn. This one is going to use his turn. Oh,
Also, Thomas and Adam, you guys can move 60 feet wherever the heck you would like right now, because I have the mantle of inspiration. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm
crazy.
I think that's
yep,
like
never mind. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right.
You can do that, but
This
it's like a
cultist
different
is going
thing.
to notice his leader sort of standing there. He's going to like shake him. He's going to use his full action to assume that he can do that, right? That's how the spell works. Dan,
What was that?
Yeah.
you said a friendly can use an action to get an ally out of hypnotic gaze.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. He's going to use his turn to shake his leader out of it, noticing him sort of standing there in a stupor. This guy's going to turn, look at you, Lewis. He's got two knives in his hand. He's going to scream in a guttural voice. He's going to scream the word blood and run at you like a madman. And make 2 attacks against you. One of those is a 16. One of those is a 9. I assume the 16 will hit you.
Yes. Just meets it beat.
Great. 16's not a bad AC. He's going to do a whopping 4 slashing damage to you as he swings at you one swing with each of his knives.
How
They
much
appear to be
was
like
it, you said?
improvised implements. Like one is like a machete, the other's like a butcher's cleaver.
You said
So
4
he's not
damage,
particularly
Simon?
well armed. The other one is going to do the same thing for Clayton to
Okay.
make 2 attacks.
Yep.
How much damage was that, Blake? I'm sorry, I missed that.
4.
4.
4 slashing. Clayton, he's going to roll a 4 and a 7, which I'm not going to ask.
No.
The other one's off chasing ghosts. Jacob, what you know is in the chaos, like it was a big concert, people were leaving, big crowds and stuff. You got separated from the group. You saw them, you heard their voices talking about inventing rock and roll. Funnily enough, as you followed them, you came across the scene of a bloodbath. The first body you found was a dead gilded legionnaire, one of Seamus's mercenaries. After that, several dead what appeared to be cultists, clothed in rags and human bones, wielding rusty improvised weapons, covered in scars, seemingly in like actual patterns and ritualistic designs, as well as several civilians. So 2 or 3 dead legionaries, another 3 or 4 dead civilians, and like 10 dead cultists. You follow this trail of blood up to this scene here. You're going along this main road here. There appears to be this side alley, sort of a warehouse building here in the middle. These are market stalls, sort of hollow tables with canvas over them. You know, think of regular medieval market. This sort of market cutout here. You got a building here, door here, what appears to be an inn and tavern here. The cultists were trying to smash down this door. You have just come across the scene. You are back here, right at the corner.
Okay.
You see, the 2 black figures here seem to be like the more powerful cultists, better armed, better armored. These 2 just ran off this way. You think you can hear the sounds of metal-clad men coming from this direction.
Okay, great. That's reinforcements. That's probably good, but maybe really bad. Right now, priority number 1 is getting like my allies taken care of. I'm gonna go 35 feet, which is my movement, in the direction of any place I can hear my allies.
Okay. Meshach is the red one. Lewis is Little Jesus, and Clayton is the green one.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to run 35 feet down this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gets you around the corner. You can see the action here. A cultist attacking each of them. These two cultists seemingly getting ready to smash down this door.
Okay. Y'all can see a gauntlet that conceals my right hand melts off of me and transforms into a battle axe. I've got a battle axe and a shield. I'm gonna go ahead and use my action to dash up wherever I can get adjacent to a cultist. You said up sort of directly in front of me is where Clayton is?
Yeah, so here's Clayton. He's the green dice are cultist. So you're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're absolutely in range. Or you could do 6, 7 and help Lewis.
I think that's probably wise.
Great. So you'll be flanking, so you'll use your action to get up there. Bonus action, anything?
No,
Action surge.
not yet.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Do it.
Let's see. And Clayton, it is your turn.
Sweet. We're going to after getting a hint, getting the hit, I'm going to take my take the maul out of my back, and I'm going to hit the shield that I have. And when it hits, this gong effect hits, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
Nice.
I'm within 30 feet of a bonded creature, so I have a D4 on this. Actually, no, it's not even a roll. I need a
On the
I need a
cultist in front
whiz.
of
Yep, I need a Wisdom saving throw.
that's going to be a 13 plus 1? Plus 2 for 15.
Okay, meets it beats. You take no damage. As I gone through, and I will. After I gong, I'll pass away. I'll pass through. I'll take the opportunity and pass through. Tap Jacob in the hit. Tap him on the shoulder and say, "Please don't kill anyone this today." And I'm gonna
So you're
pass
going to move
through.
over 5 feet.
Yep.
So you're just going to go so you can tap him. All right, great.
You're against killing anyone?
No!
And I'm going to actually fully disengage and go towards the door.
Okay, you'll take the opportunity attack. Probably doesn't matter.
Oh,
It's
dang
your
it.
two. He rolls a 12 plus 15. I assume will not hit you.
Correct.
Can I
You go
tell him not to move?
Huh?
Never mind.
Well, he's just doing
Never
it.
mind. He
You
just
are
did it.
engaged with both of them. Great. Lewis, we're back to you.
Okay. I'm going to cast suggestion on the fellow in front of me.
Nice.
And I'm just going to suggest there's going to be sort of almost like a mirage illusory kind of Mary appear in front of me. And in her, it's going to come out as if she's talking to him. That, why don't you go to the local prison and turn yourself in?
Okay, you
Or go
cast
to the local
this
police
spell.
station.
Okay. You cast a spell. I don't know exactly how this works, but as you reach out to his mind, you've probably casted this spell on people before. There's something.
Yeah.
There's like a wall. You can still sort of get through, but something is clouding his mind greatly, and he is seemingly more and more. We'll see. More resistant to this spell than you might think. With a 19 on dice.
Oh,
Plus
jeez.
2 for 21. That's a wisdom save, I assume. So 21.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
As
That
he
work.
just screams at you in bloody rage.
In that case, I am going to pass my turn.
All right. Magnus, can you roll initiative for me? When you get a chance.
Wait,
You rolled a 1.
DM, sir. Can you
Yeah.
repeat the last 10 seconds of what you just said? Because the second you said that was when I was connecting my dual screen and it cut out
Nothing.
on
I
audio.
just need initiative from you. That's all.
Great. I have no dice that are close to me, so give me 1 second here.
We will go to our great and mighty cultist champions. Thaumaturgy only lasts 1 round, I'm assuming. So
Yes.
this one's going to assume that you're going to recognize that there's nothing happening. It's going to start to run back. This one is going to turn to you, Clayton, and he's going to try and hit you, shockingly enough, with a huge jagged axe. What it looks like it used to be a lumberman's axe, but has been added, like more spikes and stuff has been added to it. Okay. He rolls a natural 1 and a 3 on die, so it literally doesn't even matter. Who cares?
Yep.
Fine.
We bobbing. We bobble it. Well, we're just
Right.
taking hits with the shield. It's just purely the
Bobbing.
shield.
Great. That's gonna be their turn. Meshach.
Mishak goes, okay. I first go to that corner near the other side of that square than Lewis is.
Up here.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like right there. And I am going to I'm gonna cast command on the dude in front of Lewis and I said, hey,
This one. All right.
stop.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. As you feel that same thing, his mind is clouded by something that is not of his own. It won't matter because I'm rolling like doo-doo. He rolls a 7 on die for a 9.
There we go. He has to stop. Like I said, he is commanded to. In fact, also, because that is an enchantment, the other guy that's like down the alley from me needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
This one.
Yes.
It'll be a 13.
A 13? Great. He fails my saving throw, and he is now frightened of me. As I charge down the alley, I go, neener, neener, and he's frightened of me, and he has to use his next turn to move as far away from me as possible. And
Okay.
I pull out my trusty musical instrument, and you hear the drums, and I start playing I'll Make a Man Out of You. Everyone, all 4 of you guys get 14 temporary hit points and can use your reaction to move up to your speed.
I will say Magnus is in play here. Magnus, did you roll an initiative?
Yeah, it's 24.
24. Okay, you'll go first next turn, but we'll give you this reaction here. Magnus, what you
where-
know is
Okay,
in
please.
chaos after also first, choose a color. You can be black or blue.
Black, like my soul.
All right, you're black. You show,
Like your soul.
you show up there. All right, that's your duty to remember. I'm using a color system, so it's easier for people to just tell who they are. But you know, in the aftermath of the concert, things got confusing. There was a big crowd and stuff. You got split off from the group. But you saw Jacob You saw Jacob in the distance, being a man of towering height, and you followed him down the main street back towards the Sentinel's Rest, the tavern where you're going to meet Seamus. Eventually, you came across a dead gilded legionnaire, one of Seamus's soldiers, with multiple lacerations, a lot of blood. You followed this trail of death. You found several more dead legionnaires, as well as 10 dead, appearing these sort of cultist figures, people covered in human bone, ritually scarred, wielding these jagged weapons, as well as a couple dead commoners. A sort of running battle, footsteps and blood leading down this dark city street until you come here. You can hear the sound of fighting in this over here. On the side between
Donny
the
Osmond.
main road here. There's sort of a warehouse thing here, some buildings back here. These overturned tiles are market stalls, so they count as cover in difficult terrain. And you could. There was sounds of fighting back here, and also pounding on some sort of structure or door. You are here. You now have. You can. Everyone can use a reaction to move up to their speed here.
I have a question. This
Yes.
does actually dictate. When it's my next turn, is it counting? Wait. I might not actually have to ask this question. Give me 2 seconds here. No, I'm just still gonna move. I want to be fun. I'm gonna run down the alleyway. I'll have 30 feet of movement, just going. Other way. Other way.
Oh,
Other
so this is the main road here. So there's actually more road over here, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's a main road. I kind of want to go main road. Great.
Okay. There's
Fine.
30 feet for you. You can
Great.
just see a regular cultist here out of the just peeking around the bend. He's running back towards the fight.
Okay.
I'm told that there's a big guy.
These two are larger, more well-armed combatants. This one is armed, looks like a more dexterous fighter with like a large saber. This one is heavily armed with a battle axe. They both actually have like straps of like chainmail and stuff on.
I'm gonna try and 1v1 the big guy. The big guy, the battle axe fellow.
Okay, you're gonna leave engagement here. I guess he's
yeah.
commanded to stop, so he won't do anything. So you can go up there. One. All right, you're up there.
Yes.
Great. Anyone else want to move?
Any three of you. I do not know that Owen's here, so he does not get the 14 temporary hit points.
Yep, I'll get rid of that. That's fair.
Presumably, these two guys aren't gonna move. I would assume.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Great.
Thomas, are you
It's
moving? You're 14. Are you
Yeah,
moving
I'll
your movement?
move.
Okay.
It's the cultist's turn. He's in a
What,
stupor.
Can I move?
Oh yeah, if you'd like. Yeah, I guess you can move. He's just
I
standing
would
there.
I would like to move. Oh, he's just standing there now.
And
Oh yeah,
they
he got
don't get.
commanded to stop.
Yep, and
Oh.
they don't get opportunity attacks if you do move.
I'm just
They don't?
gonna back up 5 feet. And just turn to Meshach and be like, I have missed you some ways. And
Roll me a perception check, Thomas.
I wink at you back.
Well, never mind. You don't go into that. There's actually a door there. You can't see anything. Never mind.
yeah, no, I don't roll good anyway. So,
It's the cultist's turn. I assume the one who got commanded to stop. Does he just stuck like that, or does he make a save or anything?
It ends at the end of his next turn.
Okay, so he loses this turn.
Yep.
This one is afraid of you, and he's going to try and flee. As he moves past his leader here, his leader, without even saying a thing, seeing him running, is going to swing at him.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
And is going to roll a 18 to hit. Is it probably gonna?
About
Yeah.
time you rolled well.
Finally, I'm killing my own guys. And he's gonna freaking.
first blood.
This guy, he runs by. He starts to run by him. Then the guy he's running by just takes his saber and one-handed just cleaves it into his neck, sort of a diagonal down into his sternum, and just rips it back out. And this cultist is just slaughtered.
Oh.
Nice. I count that as mine kill.
I'm sure you do.
This cultist is going to keep it. Doesn't see you, Owen, being sneaky like an elephant. I guess I don't know.
I do have expertise in stealth.
Gonna go there. This guy's going to make 2 attacks against Clayton
Okay.
because you're definitely the one I should be attacking here. And he actually rolled halfway decent. With a one is a 21 to hit, so I assume that'll hit. The other one is a 16, which I don't think will hit.
Does not hit. The first one will hit, though.
Great. He's going to do 6 points of slashing damage to you.
6 points of slashing. Okay.
He is simply armed with two jagged weapons, a sort of short sword and knife, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you get the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be the cultists. Jacob, it is your turn.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to turn large.
Wait, in that small space?
I don't know. How tall is the ceiling here?
So you're in open air. You are in a. So you would have to you could probably like It's a
Destroy
market
that.
stall. Presumably, you trying large just like knock the table away. We'll say. So we'll like turn it like that, and you will just turn big.
And I'll have him pinned in a corner. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
You're big now. You take up these squares here
Great. Okay.
and sort of wreck this stall.
I am gonna go ahead and also make some attacks.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Now that's a 4 plus 8 is 12. Now that's a 6 plus 8 is 14.
That will not hit.
I got a hit. I'm gonna action surge. That's a nat 20, baby.
Okay, great.
First one.
Excellent.
Wouldn't have happened if we hadn't action surged.
True.
Gary Gygax knew that happened. RP. That'll 8 plus 5. That'll be 13 slashing damage. More
Okay.
importantly, all attacks against that target.
That's right. We are doing brutal critical. So if critical attacks hit, your regular weapon damage is automatic. Then you roll another dice on top of it.
Oh, okay. So instead of that, I get. That made it so much worse. That will instead be 20 slashing damage. Attack rolls against that creature also have advantage until the start of my next turn.
Lovely. Lovely.
I only have one more attack. It's a nat 1, but I have advantage. Okay, that's a 4.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a natural 20.
Yep.
And all right, great. So your giant axe now comes coming down, slams into him. He sort of barely blocks it with his axe, but it just smashes back into the force of the blow, knocks him back anyways. And he like almost his knees are bending under the weight of your blow. Is that your turn? Then we have Clayton.
That is my turn.
Clayton, okay, so we didn't talk about this. This key that I have, what is it? What does it take to use my key? Blake,
It's probably say it takes a full action for you to do.
make an action. Okay. I'm going to Jacob, you're going to see me from my pocket take a jailer's key and turn to my right and stick the key into the wall and turn it, and a door opens up into through that space. And as this door goes inside of this door, you see lined jail cells, like as far as the eye can see through this door. And as a bonus action, he's going to cast. Centricity? No, what is this called? Sanctity. What is the bonus action that people have to
Sanctuary.
waste? Sanctuary, thank you. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself as a bonus action, as simply saying, get in, or I'm forcing you in. And I'm telling that to the little guy that's in front of me.
Okay. Great.
And very much intimidating if I can intimidate him.
You can try.
Okay. We can try. Alright. I'm within 30... No, I'm not within... Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
This guy right here? There's the one
Yes.
right in front of you who's attacked. Yeah, you're like literally 5 feet from him.
Yep, okay, I do not get the D4, because I'm not... The bonded people are not within 30 feet. I get... That is a 19 to hit.
19 on intimidation.
Correct.
He's just not scared. He doesn't
Yeah,
care.
I figured. Alright, that is my turn.
Great. Magnus, it's your turn.
So, this is my first round of combat. Is this an accurate statement, Blake?
Yes, you can do your Gloomstalker stuff.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you very much. I'm going to move 40 feet.
Move 40 feet where?
Okay, I'm going to move 3.
These market stalls do count as half cover.
Okay. Let's move 15 feet up, and then what do I see?
You see a cultist, heavier armed cultist. You see basically a brawl here
Is that
between
the
some of your party
uh,
members and a bunch of cultists.
Is that cultist?
Do you have dark vision?
Yes, 60 feet.
Why do you have dark? Okay, I guess you're glimpse stalker. Never mind. Yeah, you can see all that.
So I can see all this just fine.
Yes. Yep.
Great. And yeah, okay, this will be fine. Is the dice that's the cultist? Is he like just chilling, like, or is that guy like the guy that got
They're
killed?
running back this direction. They were
They're
over
both-
here. You heard the sound of some sort of reinforcements coming, but it ended abruptly. They seemed to be going to check that out, but it stopped. So they came back towards the main fight.
So would this be like they're surprised right now? If I
They
just
do not
appear?
know you're there. No, they are not paying
Right.
attention to you.
I have line of sight of the bigger guy that looks more important.
Yes.
Can I do Hunter's Mark on him and still have surprise, or does that get rid of surprise?
I don't know. I mean, don't you have to hit him with an attack to do Hunter's Mark?
I'm gonna like Hunter's Mark and then hit him with an attack. So
Does it have verbal qualities, the spell, or verbal components?
it does.
So there is an incantation involved.
Then yeah, that would probably alert them to your presence.
You know what? Rule of cool. I'm just gonna appear and yeah, I'm just gonna do this instead. I'm not gonna mark. What instead I'll
Slow
do.
mo jump around the corner, firing
I'm just
crossbow
gonna
bolts.
jump around the corner and just pull out my crossbow, my hand crossbow, and shoot the big guy.
You do that.
All right. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, a 25 hits.
Excellent. So I will do 1d6 plus 4 damage. So he takes 6 piercing damage with my
Okay.
crossbow. I have weapon mastery on it, so now that is Vex. So if I hit the creature with the hand crossbow and deal damage to it, I have advantage on it in my next attack roll against that creature before the end of my next turn.
All right, you have 25 more feet of movement too, which would be just
Wait,
enough to
is
get
he- is
in
he
range.
within 25 feet?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him. I'm gonna go ahead and second attack, stab him with my shield that has a short sword on it, and then follow up with another crossbow because I have the crossbow feat, so I don't have to take a bonus action reload.
Do you have 3 attacks?
Dual
Okay.
wielding and also extra attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, you do. Great, do it.
Okay. Not a rogue.
Ranger.
That first attack will hit. Does a 16 hit?
16 will hit.
Great. So do you care about types of damage?
No.
Great. One of my damage, on one of my hits, I will also be using my Dreadful Strike, so it does a little extra damage. So a total of 18 plus 8, which is 26 damage to the more armored guy. And I have advantage on my next attack against him.
Okay,
Because-
he came out, he sort of turned around and saw you coming, but he was not ready for your attack. Just, flurry of crossbow bolts and blade blows. He is on his heels, absolutely. That your turn?
And I mean,
Sorry?
I said that's it for me. That's all
Great.
my stuff.
Lewis, back to you.
Yes. I am going to. You'll see the symbols on my. So the lines on my hands start to glow, and you see on the top of one of my palms there's a crown of pure white, and on the other hand there's a crown of red, and I'm just gonna send a couple Eldritch Blasts, one from each hand. And so the two hits are 19 and 23.
Yep.
The one does uh 6 damage
Okay.
on the first one, and the second one does 9 damage.
How you feeling?
Oh boy. So they're just like one's a beam of
You don't
white light.
you don't have
That
to kill them. You can just put them unconscious too.
does that work with Eldritch Blast? I don't know.
Can I
really
not
don't know
lethally
either.
shoot a blast of force at someone's face?
You could roll to not kill if you really want to.
This guy stabbed me, so it's self-defense. And
Worth a try.
the first one will just blast him, just straight in the chest, and then the second one will just be the red beam that you just see the blood go cold in his eyes.
And
He
slump to the ground.
just drops dead.
Absolutely, very, very, very dead. Great. That it for you, or do you want to move?
No. I'm just gonna stay there.
Great. All right. It's time for the big lads. This guy's going to turn to face you, Magnus. He's going to make 2 weapon attacks against you. That'll be a 8 to hit, which will not hit, and a 24 to hit, which I'm willing to guess will hit.
That one will actually hit me, believe it or not.
I believe it. Which will be 2 6s. Holy smokes!
I think
That'll
12.
be 12 plus 12 plus 3, 15 slashing damage to you as he comes around with a big upward swing of his 2-handed scimitar and catches you across the chest.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that.
Then the other one with the axe will make 2 more swings at Jacob.
Do it.
He's going to roll a 15, which I'm willing to bet won't hit,
Nope.
and a 19, which may hit.
That meets.
Great. Excellent. He's going to do 10 points of slashing damage to you. That'll be their turn. Mishak.
Great. I'm gonna upcast Hold Person to cast it on both big bad evil guys. Please make wisdom saving throws for each of them.
Great. One will roll an 8. The one fighting Owen will roll an 8. The one fighting the other one, the one with the axe, will roll an 18.
Okay, so the axe wielder succeeds. The dude who fighting Owen, he is paralyzed.
He is. All right, we'll mark him down as paralyzed. All right, great. Anything else?
I already had a bit
Um,
now. Oh,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm good.
You want to move?
Yeah, move me up just a touch.
Hey, get within 30 feet of me so I have a D4.
Yeah, I'll get within 30 feet of that
Thank
guy.
you.
All right, you're good.
Yep.
Excellent. Great. It's a cultist's turn. We'll just make our attacks. 2 attacks against you, Magnus. With the highest is a 14. I assume that doesn't hit.
Nope.
And 2 attacks against you, Clayton.
I need a wisdom saving throw before you do.
Okay.
As the sanctuary guard is up,
He rolls a 10, so he's going to fail.
so he needs to choose a different target.
Okay, Jacob, sorry. 8 and 22 to hit. So I assume the 22 will hit.
Correct.
with 5 slashing damage to you. Great. Jacob, back to you.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
response?
I look behind me. I see a paralyzed guy. I think probably our friend has him taken care of. So I'm gonna just deal with the guy in front of me. I'm sure you're pretty shocked by this. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna attack him. How's a 24?
Yes.
Great. So my first attack is gonna deal 12 slashing damage. I'll need a
Okay.
Constitution saving throw from him.
It's a 3 on dice.
Okay. He's gonna be knocked prone because of the topple property of my battle axe.
Fun.
Okay. So it was an 11 without advantage, but with I have an 18. Is an 18 gonna hit this guy?
If it meets, yes, that will beat. Actually.
Beautiful, beautiful. That'll be another 10 slashing.
All right. So how much damage in total? 12 and 10.
10 on the second, 12 on the first.
Great. So 22 damage total. Great. He's down on the ground. Bonus action,
No.
Clayton.
Okay. I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chain, and this is just as a flavor. I'm going to take the chain and I'm going to sweep his arms together and grapple him. So I'm going to attempt to grapple the last guy there in the corner.
Okay.
So how do you want me to do grapples?
We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Contested athletics check.
Okay. I do have a D4 because I'm bonded within a person 3 feet through the feet of me.
You rolled a natural 20.
I rolled a. Yeah, that is. I got a 18 is what I got.
Okay, the natural 20 plus 2.
Yeah.
He will. It'll be a close fought thing, but his rage is going to keep him off you.
Okay.
Great.
And bonus action, I'm going to. As a bonus action, I'm going to. Honestly, simply, I'm going to turn to my brother Jacob and go. Just one. Give me one. And I'm going to pass turn.
Great. That is the end of the round. At the beginning of the round, with a very good initiative roll, the door was going to fling open from the inside and then unbarred. You guys will see a heavily, just a large silhouette in the frame, and a battle axe is going to come swinging out of the door frame.
Ooh.
And in a quick, that's a lot of hits. That's 3 hits. The cultist will be brought down in a single swing as it slashes across his back. And then one more hit actually, is going to smash into the back leg of the champion. I can do math. It actually chops off his leg at the knee as the axe slams down into the cobblestone. You guys see a plate armored figure, backlit by a torch in the doorway, making it very hard to see his actual appearance.
Visibly impressed.
Owen,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. All right. Bonus action: Hunter's Mark the cultist that's by me, the dice, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack with advantage the guy that's paralyzed on the. Well, he's paralyzed. Actually, I don't care about him. I'm gonna lay it on this guy in front of me, the cultist, the little guy.
Do it.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes, it does.
Great. I'm gonna smack him. So it does 10 damage.
How do you kill him?
Great. I imagine that I just finished like shooting the other guy that's now paralyzed with a crossbow, so I probably just, with my other arm, just slide, like moving my arm across with the blade extended, just like cuts him right at the throat and just goes knocked out.
One smooth blow, blood leaking, just streaming down his chest from his neck. He crumples to the ground.
Can I use my extra attack on the guy that's on the ground?
Absolutely. You're right next to him, yeah.
25.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use a dreadful strike on this too. So that would be 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Is he still alive? The guy's paralyzed?
Still alive. Doesn't look. He looks very, very almost not alive, but he is still technically alive and looking at you very angrily.
Rude. All right, that's it for me.
Excellent. It is Lewis. It is your turn.
Yeah. Boy. It seems crowded up there. Probably hard to see the fellas.
Zathar is also large, or excuse me, Jacob is also large, so he takes up some room.
Just super unfortunate. I'm going to move forward.
How far forward? Here's 15 feet up here to the corner.
Do I have like any? Can I get any clear line of sight of anyone?
So you could use a rest your movement to get inside the market stall, which you could be like shooting from cover then, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep blasting. It looks pretty.
They're actually both prone, which will give you disadvantage. Well, that's kind of
in
dumb.
that case,
that's lame. When you're this close, just because they're laying on the ground doesn't give you disadvantage. You can shoot them as normal.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna be going for the.
Just which one?
That was probably better line of sight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Since Jacob is large, he's pretty much blocking this guy entirely.
That's a 4 on die. It's probably not gonna hit. +7 is 11. Oh, I do have a D4. I have not been rolling that.
I think you have
No.
Bardic.
You have it, Adam.
I have Bless, don't I? 2?
You better use
Or no,
it.
I don't have Bless anymore. I have. So that's 7 plus 7, 14 to hit.
No, unfortunately.
That sucks. And the second one though should probably hit. It's like a 19.
Yep, you hit him.
That does 12 force damage.
How do you kill him?
He just like his body glows for a second, and then becomes very still.
Okay, cool, great. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
All right. The final remaining enemy is going to stand up, and he's not looking great. Blood is streaming down his entire body, but looks like he has lost none of the fight. He's going to make 2 more attacks against the man who's already been fighting, Jacob. He's going to roll a 19 and a 1 on die. My rolling is schizophrenic. So he's going to hit you once. And he's going to do 10 more slashing damage to you, Thomas. And that will be his entire turn. Misha.
Yep. The I want to move forward enough to where Jacob in his big booty is not in the way.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Well,
You could maybe do this, but he's like taking up like these squares here.
But so the dude is standing next to me, right?
So
that
he's
black
still
dude.
there's
the
still a
black-
5 feet gap from you. He's
no,
he's here.
oh, sorry.
There's still
I
5
thought
feet.
I thought the dude to my left was not Owen, but it is.
Yeah. No.
Got it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
so you-
yeah. Yeah. Actually, I want to go right next to that wall corner and sort of like peek behind, like from behind that wall corner. Other way. Yep, behind it. And I am going to. I'm just gonna shoot a little firebolt at him, because that sounds cute. That is a 17.
Meets it beats.
Meets beats. Love it. With literal 4 fire damage. That sucks.
Okay.
I just like I put like a candle next to him. Here you go.
It'll sort of like hit his shoulder and like splash over him. He looks like a cornered animal that's decided entirely invested in the fight option rather than the flight option.
Yep.
Yeah, your turn.
Well, yeah, that's me.
Jacob.
All right. Brian, you'll never guess what I'm gonna do again.
I
No,
played
don't
fighter.
do
I know
it.
the secret ways.
Don't do it. The door is
Okay.
open.
Do it. Strike him
First
down.
attack is a 13.
No.
Second is a 26.
Yep.
That'll be 13 slashing.
How do you finish this lad?
I look back at Clayton, grin, and dig my axe into his shoulder
Very nice.
until it splits his lungs apart.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Most of us love to see it. Clayton doesn't love to see it, but
He'll
love to see it.
with a cloth ready. Clayton will dab the blood off of his raggedy splint and shakes his head. Grasps his hold on. His necklace, necklace that he has, his pendant, and just shakes and says, "Next time."
Next time, old friend.
Great. Stepping out from the door, you see this warrior. He actually steps out with a limp. You see, time for me to do my Blake thing and pull out character art.
Hey,
Yay!
Let's go.
We like character.
See
Art.
a heavily armored drow.
Oh, sick.
Whoa.
Blood streaming down from a wound to like where his leg connects to his hip on his left side. Battle axe hanging at his side, covered in blood. In the armor of an officer of the Gilded Legion. Behind him, you see, I guess you might have noticed those 4 dice in the corner. It doesn't really matter. A collection of cowering civilians.
Clayton is going to touch Jacob's back and say, "Next time, but you're damaged." And you're going to heal 2, 4, 6, 9, 13 points of healing as he puts healing word on you.
I look right as rain. And regard our new friend. As my battle axe melts back into the gauntlet on my right arm, there is a cap over it that conceals my hand. I reach to our new friend with my left and offer a handshake.
He'll sort of warily reach out and grab it, like grasp you up the forearm. Classic man handshake. From one warrior to another. I thank you. May I ask the name of the man of the men who saved me?
You may call me Jacob. Would you all rather introduce yourselves, or I may?
I am already walking up and I'm like, oh, hello there. My name is Magnus. Good to meet you. Would you like a hot dish?
Uh,
A hot dish.
No, thank you. I need to report back. I am Commander Vathar of the Gilded Legion. We were on patrol. We saw the cultists slaughtering these civilians, and we came to solve the problem. As you might have deduced, it was a bigger problem than we were equipped to deal with.
well, your master has reached out in search of new equipment, shall we say.
Are you the giant slayers?
Oh yeah, oh you betcha.
As
Not
as Clayton is leaning down and looking at the bodies, goes, 4 years ago we're seeing if we're back.
yes, of course. Allow me. Come back with me to the Sentinel's Rest. I'll give you a proper introduction.
Do you know who these people are? They're bloodlust, blood of the god, blood god people. Like,
We were hoping. That is what we're trying to find out.
okay,
They are new. In the past month or so, there have been cultist uprisings for at least the past 2 months. This new deity seems to be a growing focus of theirs.
Hmm.
But Les, come with me, and he's going to start to limp down the street.
Before Clayton leaves, he'll bend down and cast. I know. Hopefully, he can get some residual darkness, but he's gonna bend down and cast Detect Evil and Good and see if he can deduce if the cultists were forced or led, or like see if there's anything. So
How does that spell work?
So the spell works technically is for the duration you can sense the location of any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you. But the hope is me intruding. Yes. Well,
You
is
also sense the presence of consecrated or desecrated ground.
yeah. Else you can also sense whether the hollow spell has been
Can you do
active.
that through walls or material?
I can do through 1 foot of stone, dirt, or wood. So yes, they're kind
You
of
don't
through
see
walls.
anything. These bodies are just dead bodies.
So nothing residual, nothing. Even okay.
Just bodies.
Alrighty. He'll close the eyes of all the dead members as we walk back.
This is my time, fellows.
Take care,
Have a good night,
Thomas.
Tom.
I head out, but
Peace
good
out.
night, guys.
Peace out, dog.
I walk up to the knighted man from the Gilded Legion, and I say, when they ask who saved the day, these fine gentlemen did their work, and me. And he goes to shake his hand.
He'll reach out his hand. He's a little bit more skeptical of you being a. There's a slight look of like kids these days when he looks at you, but he'll reach out and shake your hand.
When he shakes my hand, I will slip him like a folded up piece of paper that is a advertisement for my gig next week, and I'll walk away, just nod to him, and as I walk away from him back towards the party, I said, "Any PR is good PR."
Oh my gosh.
If you care to pay attention, you'll hear the sound of paper crumpling and dropping onto the ground.
It's a 20.
But yes, this grizzled old drow will turn and very stoically, you can tell he's hurting, but he very stoically just start to sort of limp back along the street towards the Sentinel's Rest Tavern. The rest, fortunately, unless there's anything else you want to do, the rest of your journey will go on not quite so eventful. Uh,
How he is going to Clayton is going to go over to Magnus and go, brother, you injured in any sort of way that I may help?
Oh, just a small scratch. You can tell I just very much got just like a slash just across the chest. Like
Okay.
he looks okay, but like he would appreciate some healing.
Okay. He's going to Clayton. We're gonna go, and Clayton's gonna heal you. I'll give you the points here shortly, Owen.
Great. As I lost a third of my health in one hit. So
Well, get 14 hit points back.
Great, I'm almost full again. Thank you.
No problem.
Excellent. So the rest of the journey goes on without. Do you guys ask Commander Vathar anything, or are you just going back?
I'm just going back at this point.
Are you
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, you guys get back to the Sentry's Rest without any further events. Fortunately enough, you guys are able to enter. You get the same very nice opulent bar and tavern and inn, the whole 9 yards. Very expansive establishment, 4 floors. Vathar will go in. A soldier will immediately rush up to him, salute, and Vathar will start giving him orders and report, like send reinforcements back there to secure the area, secure the bodies, that sort of stuff. And then motion for you guys to follow him. And as he goes up, he'll go up to a Legion healer and get a quick healing word from them to patch up his leg quickly. And then he'll start to stomp up the stairs and motion for you guys to follow.
All right.
Eventually, you guys get up to the very top level. The top level is a sort of wide open sort of plan, open floor plan, we'll say. One sort of meeting table at one end, wide windows. This is on one of the hills, the big hill with like the keep on the top of it of Waterdeep. It's on the side of that hill overlooking the city. Very, very expensive location, we'll say. You can see most of the city from these wide windows. There's a room off to the right that's sealed off. Before you get to that, sitting at the table are 3 figures.
I'm probably one of the last ones to go in as I'm just kind of just processing things.
Commander Vathar will go and take his seat at the table. Across from him is a beautiful looking but deadly looking tiefling woman. And a half-elf, gaunt looking, ancient looking. One of those stupid old judge's wigs and opulent robes on him. But with a very cunning, dangerous, genius glint to his eyes. As if he could tear you apart with his mind by suing you, pretty much. Commander Vathar sits there. They start to exchange snide remarks. Tiefling, you see some action out there, Vathar. And the half-elf, didn't do too well by the looks of it. And they'll start to exchange basically shit talk across the table and recline there. A servant will come up. bring out
Can
cups
we?
of alcohol.
We can
Yeah,
hear. We can hear this conversation.
you can hear all of it.
Mishek is gonna walk into the room, just a step, as the cupbearer is coming this way to give us cups, right?
Yeah, he starts with the people at the table.
He casually struts towards us, and I grab a goblet of wine, and with my other hand, replying to her, she says, "Yeah, we get some action on the streets. Pleased to meet your acquaintance. The name's Mishek."
Mishik. You're on the posters, aren't you?
Yes. I'm pleased that you recognize the name.
He is.
I'm not.
He is.
And she'll
him.
turn back to her cup and just totally give you the coldest shoulder of your entire life, and sip from her glass.
I turn back to the guys. Playing hard to get. I wink at them.
Ooh. Well,
Jacob was about to slap you on the shoulder, but you thought that was great. And then you said that. And he nods respectfully and walks along.
From the side room with the door shut, you hear the sounds of what some of you might recognize as someone beating the crap out of someone else. Fists landing on flesh repeatedly.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and excuse me. I'm gonna go back and figure out who's not dying today.
Wait, what are you doing?
You said that there's someone beating up someone else behind us, or where?
No, in a separate room with a shut door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Clayton's gonna push forward and
You're gonna try to go into the room?
I'm gonna try to go in the room.
Commander Vathar is going to call to you. Stop where you are. You are waiting on Seamus the Gilded, commander of the Iron Legion.
Someone's getting beat up in there.
Obviously. You'll hear a angry voice, "Tell me where your leaders are," echo from the room.
He's gonna back away.
This takes another like 10 minutes. So you're going to sit there, sort of, most of the leadership just totally ignores you. There's some tables there you can lounge around. There's some seats there you can lounge around on. The interrogation will continue uninterrupted as it gets pretty savage, asking questions, that sort of stuff, until eventually, with a final blow, like, another one gone. Toss him out with the rest of them. The door will open, and you will see standing in the door some of the greatest character art I've ever ChatGPT ever produced.
oh no.
Fists soaked in blood. Who you would probably assume to be Seamus the Gilded. The servant will rush to the side of the door. Hand him a towel. Like, take a towel, sort of wipe his hands off. Take a goblet from it, throw it back in one toss. Down it, sort of wine just runs down his beard a little bit. Grab another from it, and walk in. Friends, you must be the giant slayers. Yes. He'll come up as if he's known you for decades, and come up. Who's in front? I guess you were going first. You're approaching, weren't you?
Clayton, when he enters, will immediately his eyes will dart to the person. Can he see the person that's knocked out?
You see a heavily scarred individual, similar to the cultist, but without all the getup.
Okay.
A guard sort of untying him from a chair. The floor around him stained with blood, and the guard like dragging him off to the side.
Okay, so as he's going to Clayton is simply going to stand in the doorway, crash, do a quick little prayer to the death, and kind of shoves to the side, waits for the others to come in.
So as you start to pray and Seamus is approaching, he's like, "Oh, the religious one," and he'll step by you
Yeah.
and go up to whoever's next.
Yep.
Probably me.
Yes.
"You must be Jacob the giant. Look at you!" And he'll like give you like the like a sonic wave dap up sort of thing. Think like Terminator or not like a Predator. That
Thunderwave would never.
yeah, absolutely. And pull you in. "You are a killer. Look at you!" And he's actually like grab your sides, and, like, look at just appreciate the massive muscle you are for a second. Dirty, Magnus, you're an interesting figure. I like you. You look like you shed some blood.
Just a little bit earlier. I need to clean off my crossbow and my shield.
I like it. I like it a lot. And I'll sort of poke a finger into your chest.
I'm gonna go back at him. Just kind of like gently though, like.
And he's gonna punch you like in a super playful way, but he's gonna like punch you, and then he's gonna do, literally not even thinking about it, he's gonna do 8 points of bludgeoning damage to you. He's like,
Yeah, good thing I healed you.
and he just clocks you in the jaw.
I'm just like, I just stay there.
I like
what just happened.
Oh, look, this one. He's gonna turn to the people at the table. You see that? Give him 100 gold. Give him 100 gold right now. And Trello's, the old half elf is going to just, his fingers are going to go to the brow. Turn to the servant. Issue 100 gold to Magnus, please. And the servant will settle off into the other room.
I'm just gonna add a one there. There you go.
He's going to turn to you, Meshach. Meshach. Me. I like the vision. I've been meaning to get to one of your concerts. They seem like quite the event. You seem like a man.
I heard that you are a fan of bagpipes and you play yourself. Perhaps we can do a duet sometime.
I like this one even more. You know, I don't want to cause jealousy. I was going to give you 200, but for the sake of diplomacy, I'll give him 100 as well. Trello, give him 100 gold. Who you can pick up to be Trello, the old half elf. Another 100 gold to Meshach.
I'm gonna give this account, the guy who's talking, I'm going to give him guidance. I'm just gonna give him guidance. Just
To Trello, the half elf.
Yeah.
Okay, he's as soon as what does that look like?
No, I guess he's in the doorway. Never mind. He can't give him guidance because I don't have ranged guidance. Never mind. He's just gonna. He's just gonna willow and just like, yeah.
Excellent. It's good to finally meet you all. I've been waiting for this. I've heard you've met Commander Vathar already. He's a cold bastard, but he's good at his job. The man you want on your side. Meet my other lieutenants, we'll call them. Trello White Scalp, the old half-elf with a very curt nod. And Zamora Baneblood, my bodyguard and acquaintance. And she'll look at her and give her a wink. And her skin is crimson, but you can practically see her blush. He's going to...
My eyes are squinting at Seamus.
And he's going to go back around the table and sit in the chair. Notably, he's an easy foot shorter than everyone else at the table. He's going to lean back, kick his legs up on the table.
Is this chair elevated? Please tell me that the chair is elevated so he
No,
looks
and the
taller.
chair, it's a grander chair, but it's a regular looking chair. He's notably shorter than everyone else there by
Sure.
at least a foot.
Under my
But
breath,
also just massive.
under my breath, you can hear bagpipes. Not even a really good sounding instrument.
No one, if anyone notices, they don't pay any attention.
I would like to notice because I have elephant ears.
I mean, all right, I guess
That's
really cool right there.
I would like to go over and be like, Mishak, not appropriate. Like, it's like,
Hit me with your trunk.
like silently scolding their child. Like, no.
excellent. Now you're probably all wondering why exactly I brought you. I think that the gist is rather clear. That Waterdeep is drowning in blood, and we're here to fix things. The city guard have not been particularly effective. That pencil pusher Kenneth Kennedy is trying to fix the city with tax reform. The Gilded Legion here are to solve the problem, namely killing cultists and criminals, which we're very good at, the killing part. Trying to find the leadership, that's a bit, as you may have heard, it's a bit more difficult. You have to cut the head off the snake. That's where I think you guys might come in, a bit more. We are a hammer. Hammers are not good surgical implements. You guys, I think, might be excellent medical professionals, we'll say. To go in, find the tumor, and cut it out. The rewards will be lavish, and you'll be doing the city a great service.
What about Helm's
say you?
Hold?
What was that?
What about Helm's Hold?
What about Helm's Hold is gone? A wasteland, from what I hear.
Well, Jacob gives you a look like, is there something that
You know,
we
you
should know?
yeah. So background. So Helm's Hold is Clayton's birthplace.
Yeah.
So yeah. So he's deeply
Also-
rooted. He's deeply rooted
So we
to.
would know that you're looking for information about that,
Yeah.
and you think we might find it here?
Yeah. He was
Okay,
he was
gotcha.
thinking that Helm's Hold. He was thinking that the reach out was more Helm's Hold related and not Waterdeep related. But regardless, he's there.
As you clearly have the response that he's going to pick up on that with a natural 20 insight roll.
Okay.
Struck a chord. You're connected to Helm's Hold. You got a lover there, maybe family. You lost something, didn't you?
Yes. I lost my home. Thank you very much.
My condolences. If we get to Helm's Hold, we will get to it. I know what it's like to lose family. But, as for the fate of Waterdeep, something much more within our control, I ask that you enter the employ of the Gilded Legion and serve to save this city. The signing bonus, for the more no shame in being honorable, but I prefer the more mercenary types. The signing bonus is 1,500 gold. The rewards are lavish. You men are clearly more than grunts. You will start at the rank of captain. You will not start at the first level. You will be well treated, well equipped too. I might. I would very much appreciate if you said yes to this offer.
So you are simply asking us to be a part of your army.
I'm asking you to take a specialized role in my employ. As I said, you are no grunts to be thrown into the meat grinder. Besides, even our grunts, the Gilded Legion takes care of its own. Ask anyone in it.
Seamus, with all due respect, a man of such humility as yourself can recognize that we too here are made from humble bones. We do not care for lavish titles, nor the recognition of the Gilded Legion. A little coin was all we'd need. You said 1,500 is the signing bonus.
Just the start, yes. As a big grin, he's got he's got golden teeth. Multiple teeth are now golden. The big grin out.
He's gonna walk. Meshach is gonna walk around and he goes, "Well, you see now here, Sir Seamus, a man as free-spirited as yourself." And as he says free-spirited, he's gonna do thaumaturgy to cast like a little wind up his kilt. As free-spirited as yourself, it blows up a little. Can understand that adventurers as, I don't want to say it, but famous as us, we don't like to be tied down. Now, do you say that this joining of the Gilded Legion is like joining, or do you merely mean the time being? You talk about titles of captain and commandos, but
one thing you must learn, young man, is that rewards require commitment. Trello, would you show them? And Trello will produce from inside his jacket and unfurl a scroll of what appears to be like a 7-page contract. Of course, doesn't have to be lifelong. There's a buyout clause, but if everyone in my employ signs the same contract and they will all vouch for it, it's treated them very well.
Gentlemen, I do need to go because it's a school night, but I know this is an important thing that will dictate the rest of the campaign. If it comes to a situation where it's Seamus versus Kenneth Kennedy, my vote is Kenneth Kennedy because I and my backstory have done more work for him than I have for anything Seamus related with my more mercenary type of background.
I would like to escort Magnus out because I also have to go. There's a swing dancing night, and I have some sort of what do you say, discernment of vocations there. So,
Hey, yo.
If we
Is the
want,
vocation director there?
well,
Come on. Discern
I'm
the piss out
also
of your
I'm also I'm also going to be a little bit more sided with Kenneth Kennedy on this one, boys. Mostly due to my tie-in with Kenneth and my not wanting to sign any sort of contract.
So by you're assuming that Kenneth Kennedy, who this guy is saying is more of a legal type of person, you're assuming he won't have a contract for us to sign.
Yes, I know Kenneth. I know Kenneth. We'll be okay. We'll be just fine.
bye Dan, bye on.
These guys-
I couldn't be on longer, but fun what I was able to play.
No.
So, if we pause on the story and if we're allowed to, never mind. Clayton is going to say, give us a minute.
As Clayton takes a breath in to speak, Jacob is going to see the look in his eyes and cut him off.
Hold on. As we're doing this, Tristan, what's your character's name?
It's Olvar.
Olvar. All right. And you have been in the employ of the... Jaden said that you have been in the employ of the Waterdeep City Guard. Is that correct?
Maybe. I'm fine to do whatever. I was a guard with I think what he said when I watched over session 0, I was a guard in like our hobgoblin tribe. I think we were just doing some various workings around the area.
Okay, so you got here just in time to step up the stairs and see this whole conversation unfold. A little
Okay.
bit of a latecomer. Do you want to have been doing anything in particular that caused you to be late in the city of Waterdeep?
Uh, yeah, me and my boy, we were just we were practicing our drills and we went a little bit late.
All right, fair. Yeah. Excellent.
He's in bed.
He's-
Could I have a description?
Yeah, so as
Yeah,
you step up the stairs, with a creak, you step on the last step, and all eyes turn to you, this latecomer.
Well, looks like I missed a little bit of something, eh?
standing before you is a fairly average height humanoid, close-ish to 6 feet tall, in some pretty like heavy-duty armor, over shoulders, just like a kind of just a big club, and yeah, like reddish tan skin, hobgoblin features. So some spiked up ears. There's a couple of teeth protruding out from him. He looks probably like slightly grizzled, like 40s ish. And over has no like sideburns or beard or anything. It's pretty. Everything's pretty close cropped. He has like this military haircut that's just like very short, very orderly. Yeah, pretty honestly, for like hobgoblins who have kind of devilish looking faces, kind of animalistic, like he's got a pretty friendly looking face.
Mhm.
Fairly almost jolly, I would say. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna walk right up to Seamus and
I heard a lot about you. Pleasure to meet you.
Ah,
Hold
you're
on.
the missing Ulvar. Clap your hand as well.
Sorry, me and my boy were running drills. I apologize.
Running drills. We can help with that. In fact, maybe you could help with that. We have men that could be whipped into shape. I trust you heard the gist of the offer.
I've heard bits and pieces, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, Captain, I hear. What kinds of discipline do your men have these days? What drills are you running them through? I don't know if you know all these things or not, but
Commander Vathar, the grim-looking drow warrior, sort of hands crossed on the desk. He'll start to run through, like, basically troop readout and stuff, but he'll say with a note of pride, our reputation precedes across the Sword Coast. We are the most disciplined and effective fighting forces for hire. It is not talk, it is truth, as our record attests. We are not a band of thugs, we are a proper army, more effective than some cities' fighting forces.
Oh, it's very interesting. You see, Olvar has pulled out a little like notepad, and he's like writing down a couple. Yeah.
what do you run for flanking maneuvers? Like, what would you say for that?
We usually use heavy cavalry. Yes. We are not as subtle. We might be refined and excellent, but we are not subtle. Heavy steel is usually the best solution. Meet the enemy where they are strongest. Because they are not stronger than we are.
Sound like a lot of my kin. I can relate.
There are many of your kin among our ranks. They do quite well with us.
Well, Seamus,
Jakob and Clayton, good to see you.
of course,
Pleasure.
and likewise. Firm, like Roman handshake. Seamus, As I imagine you have already ascertained, I am a man of no great guile. And so, with a
Oh,
contract
you're my
so...
favorite kind of man. The simple kind.
uh,
I mean, no offense.
Of course not. With a contract so sizable, I may require some time to read and understand it.
Of course. It's
We also-
Trello here can help you with the finer details, or you can ask any of the men. They've all signed the sim. They've all signed the contract. Trello here actually wrote it himself. He's quite the scholar, I might say.
I fear that the more I talk to Trello about the contract, the less I will understand of it.
You're probably right. He's a bastard.
Is it,
Don't talk to Trello.
is it possible if we could get that contract to look at more detailed?
Yes, of course. Yes, and would you give them a copy, Trello? And then Trello will reach out and he will hand you the copy in his hand.
Okay.
I will put this in
Oh,
general.
you have.
I have the contract.
I
You don't
knew it.
have
I think at 7
Wow.
pages I said, he knows. He knows.
You have a 7-page. You wrote a 7-page contract.
Well, I didn't. I wrote select parts of it. The rest, ChatGPT filled with crap.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Good. That's my favorite kind of contract.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What is this?
7, 8, 9, 10. I think.
Oh.
Did that do it right? It didn't actually do it. All right, hang on 1 second.
Clayton wants to know both sides. I don't know what
Oh,
Jacob's side on things is.
Jacob has some reservations. He is admittedly liking Seamus thus far, but can also register him as like a very visibly dangerous person. So there's a rapport between warriors, but also
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys would know he's dangerous. Unless you
Oh
want to
my
roll a
gosh.
history check or an insight check, you wouldn't. His reputation is mixed.
Yeah.
A lot of people say a lot of very good things about him, and a lot of people say a lot of very bad things about him.
Can I roll a history check on this?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. I am not
all of
going
the
to.
on dice, what I have seen from this man is that he walked out of a torture chamber and greeted us all as though nothing had transpired in there.
I got a
I-
7.
You know, Seamus he's all of a sudden a major player in the business scene, owns forges across the known world, across the Sword Coast, and is the leader of one of the greatest mercenary companies in the known world.
Yep.
You know his great reputation. You don't know so much about the good or the bad.
Mm-hmm. This is incredible.
All I know about him thus far is he's extremely jolly and does not fuck around. And clearly has like very strong business acumen, which is the kind of person I'm just always going to be at a disadvantage around.
Yeah.
Know thyself.
Clayton really respects the militaristic formulaic side of him, but he despises the roguish steel on steel side of him.
Does Clayton disapprove of killing, do you think?
Yeah, just a wee bit. This could be a hard campaign, boys. This could be a hard campaign.
Hey, you just have to die soon, I guess. You know.
This could be a hard campaign.
I
Anyways,
need
I think to finish off the session, Clayton will simply say, "It is an evening. Let's get together with the rest of our crew. We'll get back to you in the next, let's say, end of day tomorrow."
Please spend the night here. The Sentinel's Rest is one of the finest inns in the city. On us.
Thank you.
That's very kind.
Thank you for your
I hope
generosity.
you're not afraid I'll drink you dry.
I live here. There's no way.
Of course.
If they've got to keep me well supplied, we can keep you well supplied. In fact, why don't you join me tonight? I'd love to hear so much about you.
Quite.
Excuse me, as I'll meet you down there. Clayton will exit the room.
As we'll shape.
Who has
we'll-
the contract? Who took the copy of the contract?
I do. I will give it to Jacob though.
Okay. They will not. Okay, you will have the contract. Do you try to leave this establishment, or do you stay there as if you're going to spend the night?
Me, I will. I will stay. I'll have a drink. Socialize a little bit. Yeah, but I will leave.
As in, leave the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we get that far.
But
Or
as you
we
do,
could
they're
just-
going to
Mhm.
stop you for this. The guard will stop you for a quick pat down.
Okay.
They won't find anything on you that concerns. If you don't have if you give the contract to Jacob, he will let you pass, no problem.
Okay. Okay.
Jacob would have given the contract to whoever in the party seems like they would read it and understand it in a meaningful way.
I'd love to look that over. Oh, that'd be
Yes.
Oh,
I think he's our intelligent guy. The hobgoblin is the intelligent man.
I have no street smarts, but I was trained by the finest hobgoblin military that there was ever known. I know I have a lot about contracts, and we don't have a lot of them.
why?
Tristan, what is your intelligence?
I have a +3 right now.
Okay,
Nice.
okay, yeah, he is the intelligence of the
What
party.
class are you?
Eldritch
I'm
Knight.
Eldritch. Yeah.
Hey,
Uh-huh,
yo,
uh-huh.
love to see it. You get the
Yeah.
smart fighter and the fighter.
Okay.
I'm excited. It'll be good.
So he will leave, and leave abruptly, and then, yeah. Is anyone following, or I guess I'll describe I'll describe where I'm going if
I'm
someone
staying for a
follows.
drink, man. I want to drink with Seamus so bad.
Okay.
Clayton, on your way out,
Yes.
Jacob throws his arm around you, drops the smile just a little bit, and says, Kenneth Kennedy's offer, was that for tonight?
I'm not. He really didn't.
It wasn't specified. He just,
Yeah.
Boros the Blunt told you that
He wants to meet
come
with us.
and see him. He's at City Hall. He's like an established lord of Waterdeep. He's not hard to find.
Okay.
Yeah. To answer your
And it's
question.
late at night. It's pretty late. It's like getting close. It's like 11
Yeah.
o'clock at night. It's getting pretty late.
Then
Tomorrow
we were-
morning
we
we'll
were
head
doing
over
that
there.
Tomorrow anyway.
I don't like going in rich people's places, so I'll see you guys in the morning.
I would be amiss not to warn you of the shame of spurning hospitality freely given. But that is yours to do with as you wish.
See you in the morning. And
You will.
he'll turn around and can I get a I wanna give you a nugget, but I want you to try to get the nugget. So can you get a perception check from you?
Man, it's in that one.
Oh no! Alright. I guess it
Don't
won't.
make me try to get it, loser.
I'm sorry. What you'll see, I guess what you will see, because I want to give this nugget, is you'll see him turn around, go about 15 feet, and then start an incantation. And that is it. That is what you'll see. Is you'll see a glow on it from his chest, and then that is what you'll see.
Hey Clayton, as I clock you going out,
Yeah.
I rolled a 14 on perception.
Oh.
I'm also I
Okay.
know magic.
Yeah.
So if that's good.
You hear I will give you hear hi mom, hi dad. And that's all you hear.
Wouldn't it be crazy if they were in his jail?
That would actually that'd be the twist of the century, bro.
That-
So funny that like
He
you're like
would
the good
know.
guy. Like your whole jailing thing's like a good guy, but someone just sees like this guy just got a whole jail dimension. What a psychopath!
Oh yeah, you guys didn't see, Tristan. You would have seen him with jailer keys going putting the jailer keys in a wall and opening up
Dude,
a jailer dimension. It's
Oh.
yeah. So he kind of has the same thing as what your character had last campaign, but it's a full jail cell system. That's open door.
When I was listening to, I like the concept. I
Yeah.
watched session 0, and it was
Anyways,
very entertaining. So
that's Clayton's day. What Clayton will do as DM, he is going to travel to a bummed down, broken down house, make sure no one's there, and then sleeps there for the night.
I'm a method actor.
Yeah,
Oh my
yes,
god.
you are.
Two types?
Yeah, bro. Ground types and what? Like you could beat
Yeah.
everything. You could beat
Yeah,
everything.
so. Most things.
Well, yeah, not most things. But he was like so versatile. You could get him to
Right.
kill just about anything you fight.
I'm never gonna abandon my penguin friend.
Piplup,
Piplup and do
Piplup gang. Yeah, I can respect that.
dude.
I've never played a single one.
Gen 4 was like my start
Bro.
where I started to get into
I'm so
Pokemon
sorry,
too.
Adam.
I couldn't okay. I was in 2008. I remember in 2008 when my parents got a Wii, and that was the only console that I've ever grown up with, and they still have that same Wii. And like that was the only thing we had. We didn't have any Game Boys or DSs, none of that.
Oh, we were the
So,
same.
Like
So,
I tried I've had several different versions of emulators on my phone for different Pokemon games. Never got hooked enough to get into it.
yeah. I honestly, I kind of the same. I never actually played the game. I collected the cards when I was young.
Yeah,
I didn't actually play the games until like it got an emulator because I never had a DS ever.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
I'm-
so sorry.
my
I-
collection of cards mysteriously disappeared. Like we were like I was looking for them when I was like moving out for college, and I'm actually upset about that because I bet I actually had like some. I probably had
Yeah,
several
yeah.
$100s worth of Pokemon cards. Like I had some stuff that was probably worth 40, 50, $60. Some of those cards.
Wow.
I had some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Some cards are even insane. Like you can fetch over $1,000 for certain cards.
The
Well, I feel
Charizard.
like the really stupid rare one with collectors going for like tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like any collector's market, you know.
Nope. I think it
It's
was
like
Jake.
baseball cards for middle schoolers.
Shoot, what was it? Jake Paul or no?
They got into it for school.
Yeah, he went into a ring with a the most expensive Charizard on a gold chain, and he walked
Yeah,
into a
that's-
fight
I
with it.
saw that.
This is why Gen Z is screwed.
Yes. Well, he's our age, but yes.
Well, to be fair, generations before them had like
I
had
said what I
rocks and
said.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you in Gen Z, Zan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
So are you.
I
know.
think we're what is called zillennials. So we're like
Yeah.
almost millennials, but we're still technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
Because
I
I don't
agree.
connect with a lot of Gen Zers right now. You know.
I agree. Like standard Gen Z, we do not actually connect with. We connect much more with millennials.
Yeah.
but there's definitely Gen Z aspects like this, like these early Pokemon things,
Yeah,
early
yeah.
technology stuff. We still understand that. We are the bridge.
Yeah,
We are the millennial Z bridge.
Gen
Mhm.
Zers who were actually like born like in like technically like before the 2000s and stuff. Like still like we grew up before like everything became electronic. Sort of had that balance of both worlds and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
no, the
like.
kids that are born like 2004 and later
Yeah, that's
don't
more
like.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
They're crazy,
That's
Game,
Gen
dude.
Z.
game
Having-
over.
They have phones at like
Game over,
8,
man.
10 and stuff. They're just like
Mhm.
smartphones. It's just ridiculous.
These dumb kids these days with their smartphones and their electronics and their Instagrams.
Just give them a flip phone, man.
Like they're in preschool and they're literally 2 when the iPhone comes out. Like dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, I can remember like the iPod Touch being like super cool. You're like, holy
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah.
What is
iPod
this?
Nano. It didn't even have a screen.
I can play. What was that game with like little like guy with the 4 little legs and like a long snout? You just jumped up on platforms.
Doodle jump.
Doodle jump?
Doodle jump, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like
The
an hour of a road
iPod
trip
Touch.
gone.
Or
Jetpack Joyride.
yeah,
Tiny
Jetpack
Wings,
Joyride.
Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Flappy Bird.
Temple
before they
Run.
banned it because
Tower
people were
Defense.
killing themselves over it.
Yeah.
Temple Run.
Temple Run. My gosh.
I
Playing
played
Angry
Temple
Birds
Run.
for the first time on a
Plants
road
versus
trip.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Yes.
BTD, man.
Yes.
Balloons. I
Yeah.
love balloons.
By
I
the
remember
way,
playing that for like 4 hours straight
Or
on a plane
shall we
ride.
not forget addictinggames.com.
yes, I was a maxgames.com kind of guy though,
That was a cool
Okay.
math game.
or Armor
back then.
Games,
Or
Board
Webkins.
games, yeah.
Webkins. Yep, I killed my
I don't have
Webkins.
any of those.
I killed both my Webkins. Like I think because we,
You killed them.
yeah. So back
You
Bro,
can kill 'em.
bro here thinks he's playing Hunting Simulator.
so
No, you can kill 'em
no.
out of negligence.
So, okay, when I started Webkins, it was back when you couldn't just start a Webkins animal. You had to get a Webkins plushie and then scan the
Yep.
code.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh,
I
they
didn't
changed
know.
that?
Huh?
They changed it so you could just go and make one?
Oh yeah, like back,
Oh, that's
like
lame.
yeah. Now you can just go onto Webkins. Like okay, this is hilarious. Side note here. In high school, we had a couple days where we did nothing, in choir class. So like a group of like 5 or 6 of us went into Webkins and played Webkins for an hour each day. Anyways, and yeah, you can just pick your
Did
own
anyone do-
what animal you want. Anyways,
Did anyone do Club Penguin?
not
I
well.
never did one as cool, but then you
no.
can go on there's like somewhere you can go to make like a free premium account now and just do all the stuff. I did that for like 2 weeks.
Oh. So,
What
anyways,
Pop Tropica, guys?
I didn't realize that Webkins, the animals you had to feed. So, like, after like 2 weeks of having the Webkins, it died. Because it showed, like, I went into the count and it, like, you have no Webkins. You can't play anymore. I'm like, okay.
You murderer.
It's actually kind of crazy that they let you do that.
Yeah.
Like you can actually just kill them.
It was,
I-
it was their way of teaching kids responsibility, and you know, when you don't,
Yes.
when you
Or
don't,
keeping them
when you don't
addicted.
fuel the soul, yeah, or keep them addicted, both hand.
Mhm. Can you get into.
What am I looking for?
Webkins? Come on, come in and play. Yep, Webkins
Yeah,
is still a thing.
Can you just like, buy a code and like other games? Zacky's Quest was my favorite game in the world.
I like the mining one. I
The
like
polar bear sledding game, so fun.
that was
It's
fun.
on Webkins.
Yeah, so now there's Webkins Classic and Webkins Next, which is
Of
like
course.
Yeah, screw the next. We want classic.
But I always played Battleship for like I would always go on there and play Battleship.
Yes.
I think your guy got like a little pirate hat or something when you were playing it.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I may have downloaded Webkins to my computer now. Or at least the installer.
That's so funny.
Yep, I have
It's
the
the
Webkins.
installer.
Wait, is this the installer
Do it.
or is this the
Do it. You won't.
Oh yeah, this is the whole agreement thing.
Agree. Hit agree. Hit agree.
All right. Here.
So silly.
Come on. Oh.
It's kind of
Oh.
wild that this is the kind of stuff that's going to be like, oh, back in my day when we're.
Yeah.
Dude.
Back
Or
in
back
my
in
day,
our day,
you had to
super
buy
weird.
real webkins to make an account.
Mhm. You had to take care of a real stuffed animal.
Yeah. When people a few generations above us are just saying, back in my day, we went to war in Vietnam.